That is the standard. That is the standard, and it's not funny. If you think it's funny, then we got a problem. The Spartan on your chest should mean something. It should mean more than just a revolutionary check. If that's the only reason you're here, then you need to get counsel. So you need to all take a long look in the mirror. If you ain't about that fucking Spartan, if that ain't helping one of them fucking with, you don't want to win championships, then you're in the wrong place. Every day you're out there in that indoor, look around. Championship banners. That should drive everything you do. That should be the reason why you're here. Not because Michigan State was the highest bidder. So you got one day and then you got a week off. How are you going to attack the day?
Summertime is where you build your team because the guys that come in the summertime, they're going to be with you through the season, right? So weight room wise and training wise, making sure they understand how we go about business and just the details aspect and the pace at which we work and, you know, just the overall operation. And then just having guys making sure that we're competing.
Reach a new PR. All right, let's go from there. All right, we good? Yes, sir. Let's have a day. Go Green!
Go Hey, so here's what we got. Just like last week, I'm starting you on the first rep only, and your goal is to finish.
We have a fantastic football staff here. They can teach them football. We're trying to hand over better athletes than when they stepped in the door. So what we do in the off season, you know, beyond the physical changes too, that's where we're with them nonstop, and we're trying to build the team. So we get a message from Coach Smith, from the coordinators, you know, what do we want our team to look like? How do we want them to act? What do we want them to say? And it's nice being kind of the first ones to greet them in the door, hit the ground running. So not only are we building better athletes, you know, physically, but it starts mentally too. What's the culture we want?
Okay, so if that doesn't change, how do we get better? You have to work harder. So that's you versus you.
The weight room and then the running that we do, it has to lay the foundation. They have to be physically prepared to take on the demands of the sport, the demands of practice. So we kind of have to think of the end in mind first when we design all of our workouts.
We need to make sure that we are strengthening guys' weaknesses and continue to strengthen their strengths. So in terms of, you know, our conditioning, and then also in terms of what we do in the weight room, like it needs to be developed around their energy systems that they need to be able to play the game of football.
You got 6 reps, you're going 20 yards a pop. I will start every rep. Hey, gotta go, let's work, let's work.
I was taught at a young age who you work for and who you work with matters so much. We're here so many hours, and Coach Mack, our head strength coach, what a phenomenal human being first and foremost. It's a really, really nice, special feeling to have somebody that you can look up to as a mentor, as a boss, as a friend, who'll sit down and actually want to learn from you as well. So as a human being, it doesn't get as good as that. And then as a coach, I mean, he's as good as it gets.
You know, Coach Mack, outstanding human being. Like, first and foremost, like, he lets me be me. That's why it was easy for me to make the decision to come and work for him and be a part of his staff, because I knew that he was going to bring a lot to the table in terms of developing athletes and, more importantly, developing young men.
That's what it's supposed to look like, right?
I always say, like, players don't care what you know until they know that you care. So if these guys know that we care about them, they're more in tune to work. That's been the great thing, is like, you know, just being able to get more out of guys this year, because last year was kind of like laying the foundation, and then this year it's like, you know, upping that standard.
So they get stuff put out on this table in between their time, like doing their run and then their lift. Basically the transition table is just making sure that like if they need something quick to eat or drink in between the run and lift, they have it like ready for them, since it's like a 2-hour block, like straight movement for them in the morning. And Crustables are usually really popular. They all really like grape. Big Grape Uncrustable fans here. So I always make sure we have enough grape.
Or you can what?
My name's Nick Farrell. I'm one of the dietitians here for Michigan State football. Traditionally, I'm a strength conditioning coach. Did that for about 8 years, and then just had the realization that from a performance standpoint, a lot of athletes were missing out on reaching their potential, and it always came back to nutrition. So from there, I just kind of developed a natural curiosity for what guys were putting in their body for fueling purposes, but also recovery, and then really enjoyed that and decided I wanted to go back to school and make a career out of that. And so I was able to do that at the age of 30 and haven't turned back since. As soon as that workout or practice ends, that's a critical window in my time. We got to get nutrients into the body as quickly as possible. And so when they come down the stairs after a lift, they'll have their personalized shake with their name on it that's built to their goals.
Like we'll sit down with them and they make like a plan, and that's kind of when they determine like, okay, we want you to gain, like put on like more muscle, more like body fat, like whatever it is, and then maintain is just like they want to be able to maintain the way that they're at. So for like each flavor, like strawberry banana for example, we have like strawberry banana maintain and strawberry banana gain it. So I like to say like we make around 119. There's like a few that don't get them, but yeah, I would say like roughly 110.
My name's Peyton. I'm going to be a senior here at Michigan State, and I'm a dietetics major. I'm Natalie, and I'm going into my sophomore year, and I'm a dietetics major as well. We get here at 6 a.m. and we start stocking inventory, and then we start prepping food like grapes, sandwiches like peanut butter and jellies, like turkey and cheese, different things like that. Then later do vitamins. And throughout that too, we will make like hydrators or Spartan juice that goes out to the players too. So, did I forget?
I thought I was just gonna say like I normally just look at the whiteboard.
Yeah, we have a little whiteboard that shows us everything that has to be done.
At least in the mornings when I'm here, everybody's super happy. They always say good morning. It's a very positive atmosphere. Like everyone we work with is also really happy in the mornings and throughout the day. But yeah.
You're basically
I've gotten a front row seat to everything that goes on in the off season, which the general public doesn't get to see everything that goes into that. And it's pretty cool to see these guys rewarded on Saturdays with the chance to go out there in Spartan Stadium or on the road and play the game that they love and get a chance to use their new and improved physical abilities. It's just fun to sit back and watch them get to do that.
So I arrived at Michigan State in March of 2020. Once I got the call to come here, it was a dream come true. I'm from an hour away, and it was a blessing. You know, doing this profession now, it'll be 10 years in college football for me, myself. It's you still keep in touch with former players, and you make an impact in their lives.
A lot of guys on the staff that I've worked with before made it easy for me to be able to make that decision to come here. You know, I knew that Coach Smith was big on family and creating a true family environment, and I knew that we were going to have that, and more importantly, we was going to be able to build something special.
Coach Mack did a great job of hiring a staff that we all think alike and we're very close, but we're all a little bit different. We all come from different areas, different interests, so guys will naturally radiate towards a certain coach.
I always say, like, I want to be around guys that I can learn from, you know. So, like, we've got a very diverse staff where everybody kind of, you know, brings something different to the table.
Get out the negative. Get to zero. Yes. Get out the negative. All right, here we go.
I love this job for many reasons. I mean, how lucky am I to get to go to work every day doing something I love with people that I love being around. But the most rewarding part about this, it's just the relationships that you build. You know, from the day they step in, we are with those guys all year round, in season, off season, everything in between. And it's cool, you can build those special bonds with those guys.
I love being a strength coach, one, because having been through the process myself, right, being able to build relationships with guys, you know, on a year-round basis, right? So we see them all the time. We see them at their highest of highs, and we see them at their lowest of lows. And just making sure that, you know, we can be there for them in all of those times and be a mentor to them. You know, we're a big brother to a lot of these guys, father figure. You know, we make sure that, like, we're there for them.
Obviously, winning is fun, right? We all want to win, but not every day is game day. So it's the things that you do in between teaching life lessons. You know, I just had the birth of my son, and guys constantly are asking me every day, how's little Jack doing? How's your wife doing? How are you guys doing? And it's fantastic. It's a feeling that, you know, I don't know if many people get that in their careers, and so I'm very, very lucky with what I do.